Okay, hold on. I'm going to go over there and make sure that, let me check my, okay. I think my volume should be okay. Let me just make sure that, can you hear me okay? Are you hearing me okay? All right, good. So let's see, we have, hello Mom Ramblers, hello Tree Dog, hello Painted Black, Captain Lee, White Angel, Kevin Leonard, Lil Lighty, and I'm in Top Chat and I'm not even on YouTube, so let me get to where this is on YouTube, so that would be good. Which is, I think it's right here, and let me put it onto live chat. All right, Dina Elizabeth. Oh, yeah, Captain Lee, I know, it's such a shame. Soundtrack comes in clear and loud and good. Good. All right, because I want to make sure. So let me go over quickly the Massachusetts, because it was, listen to me, we were talking about this today. Now, if you don't know what this is about, this case is so crazy. Yes, maybe she should be charged with, at most, domestic violence, assault. But to charge her with manslaughter, that is going to open such a can of worms. Okay, let's put it this way. You remember a few years ago, those kids were doing pranks in Walmart, and they'd walk up to somebody that'd be at a shelf, and they'd be looking at something, and they'd sneak up behind the person, and they'd go, "Excuse me, ma'am," and then they'd startle the person, right? Somebody did that to me in Walmart. They did not do it as a prank, but I was intently looking at something. I was in a Zoom at the time, but I wasn't paying attention to the Zoom. I just had my phone like in my cart, right? And I was looking at something. I think it was oatmeal or something. And I was like in my own little world looking at that oatmeal. And this guy just came out of nowhere like a ninja and just was like, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I lost it, okay? I, like Linda, I startle. That's a warning. That's why I cannot go into haunted houses, because my reaction when I startle is I will come out swinging. And I've hit people that have jumped out at me in a haunted house. Don't jump out at me. Don't scare me. I don't like it. Don't touch me. Don't invade my space. So I just go to the guy, "Oh my gosh, you scared the crap out of me." Like, and I couldn't even get my bearings for a minute, and it was like, it was ridiculous, okay? I still remember being in typing class. Yes, typing class. And it was a really sunny day. And I was looking, we had to look in this book or something where we had to go and type something, right? And I was, again, in my own little world. And this boy comes up, and I guess he just wanted to make some conversation with me, which is I found out later, because you would see what page. He didn't have to walk across the room to find out what page we're on. But so he just comes right over to me and he goes like this, "Excuse me, Carolyn." And I go, "Oh my gosh." And he goes, "I'm so sorry." And I'm like, no, you just really scared me. He's like, "I just want to ask you, what page are we on?" Right? So yeah. So I mean, if I'm vacuuming, don't come up behind me. The reason I'm saying this is because if you do that to me when, let's just say we're together, and let's just say I dropped dead of a heart attack because I got so scared, you'd be charged with manslaughter according to this kind of stuff. Why? Because if I told you I have a really bad startle reflex and it really freaks me out, but that's kind of what's happening here. And this is also like, let's just say you have a spouse that has a heart condition. You better not argue with them. You better not get them agitated. Because if they have the big one, You're going to be charged with manslaughter. This is the kind of worm, like, people are saying, like, this is ridiculous. What the heck is going on? And he was riling her up. He was riling her up with the eviction and writing inflammatory text. So and now her version is he's pushing her towards the door. She's defending herself. And guess what else I found out? She started CPR on the guy. The minute I thought they were saying that, okay, she got him enraged, she saw him collapse, and she took off and didn't call for help. They had help on the way from the start, and she got down and started doing CPR. This is the most ridiculous case I have ever seen. They booked her right away that night. But it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I will tell you, the majority of the people in chat feel it's absolutely ridiculous. But think of the can of worms that this is going to open. Seriously, if you're married to anyone that has some type of a health condition and you guys get into something heated and they drop dead, you could be charged with manslaughter. You know, Sanford and Son, it's the big one, right? What's going to happen? Bill collector calls your house, you have an anxiety attack, you start to get freaked out, you have a heart attack. Is that bill collector going to be charged with manslaughter? Are people going to walk around with big signs on them? I have a heart condition. I have this condition. I have that condition. You better not argue with me. This is the most stupid case I have ever seen. Now, if she's saying he pushed her, he pulled her hair, she's saying she was defending herself. Whatever it is, you know, if she's charged with domestic violence or assault or whatever it is, that's it. But you're going to charge her with manslaughter? That is going to open the biggest can of worms. Okay. Tell me about that. Tell me. Let me see what everybody's saying in here. Anybody that's watching. Yeah, I know, Rosalita. So sad, right? You just woke up now and saw it. Is anybody watching this Socialite trial? Your dad tried to wake you up as a teenager. I was startled and I punched him. He always yells from the doorway after that. Yes, hi, Puddin'. So she got scared, and what happened? No, she didn't get scared. No. Okay, Pudding, listen to me. They were divorced. They had 3 kids together. She lived in a property that was owned by his brother. Well, his brother sends her a text that he's evicting her from the house, to which she is really upset. Her and her husband, her ex-husband, they start exchanging some texts. He says some pretty nasty stuff to her in these texts. So she comes over and said that they started, I guess, to sit down and watch TV, but then they got heated about this eviction. And he told her, get out of my house. And then she was like, and he started pushing her. This is towards the door, pushed her into a table. A bowl fell on the floor and cracked. Pushed her to the table, grabbed her hair, grabbed her head, and then she pushed back, and the daughter came down, saw that. She had 911 on the phone just by what she heard upstairs. Now, let me tell you, her relationship with her mother was already contentious, and they were not even supposed to be around each other. The father had some kind of motor vehicle accident or something with the son's car. So he already had like stress and trauma and all this. And now he was being, going at it with the eviction stuff. Well, he collapses. When he collapses, there's already 911 on the phone. The ex-wife starts doing CPR on him immediately. And, they take him, the paramedics come, take him to the Beth Israel hospital, and he dies. And now she's being charged with manslaughter. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if, let's say, if they convict her of manslaughter, look out. Look out. You talk about a litigious society. Look out. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So let's talk about a little bit about what happened in this today. It's crazy. All right. Oh, and guess what? Remember the girl in the Ponzi scheme? She was found guilty of first-degree murder. Okay? For that insulin thing, she was found guilty today. Just so you know. I want to see something here. And this is a bench trial. And guess what? The judge in this case is the judge in the Karen Reed's first trial. Yeah. Okay? She's the judge in the first trial. Unbelievable. Okay, so, I mean, here's some of the people saying, I mean, is this case even real? They said, homicide by heart attack, what a sham. I mean, I can't even really take it seriously. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I tell you, if she is found guilty, it's just crazy. If she's found guilty, it's going to open up such a can of worms. Where is it going to end? Where is it going to end? Now, you know, what if they're in a store, customer service agent makes this customer really agitated. They're upset. We can't take that back, sir. You know, you don't have your receipt. Oh my gosh. What do you mean you can't take it back? I need the money. Oh my gosh. Oh, my heart. Right? Okay. Sorry, you're going to be charged with, you shouldn't have upset that patient, that customer. That customer has a heart condition. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy what's going on here. It's just crazy. I have no idea. Let's see now. You know, because given the condition of the victim's health, well, what if the person that has the bad health is being a jerk? What if they're instigating something? You know, oh, wait, you have bad health. Okay, gotta go. You know, I'm getting evicted by my house, but I don't have a place to live. But I can't talk about it and now you're screaming, get out of the house. Okay. She went to the house after receiving an email from his brother about evicting her from her residence. The family member, which was her daughter, heard her father repeatedly asking McGee to leave the house. When she went downstairs to see what was going on, She saw her mother slap the victim in the face and chest and pushing and shoving him. Indicated that she called 911. While she was on the phone, the dispatcher, the victim collapsed, fell to the ground. He was transported to Beth Israel, and he was pronounced deceased shortly after midnight. An autopsy was performed and showed that he had all these problems. He had diabetes, and he was hypertensive, and he had arteriosclerosis and valvular cardiovascular disease, and he experienced a stroke a few months prior to this. But, she's charged with his murder. And now her account of this is that she was getting pushed and shoved into tables and stuff falling and grabbed by the hair. And, oh my goodness. Okay, so that's where it is. It's just, that's where it is, Now, but we're going to talk about Monica Sementilli because I have 2 notebooks already. Now I'm on my 2nd notebook with this one. And if you remember me from trials in the past, this is what I did with the notebooks. I haven't really gotten into a trial like this in a long time, but she's back here with her stuff. Okay. So let me get to my notes because I have quite a few. Okay, so back to the opening statement of the prosecutor. And let me get a picture here of Monica. And I'll tell you something, the legal channel that's covering this trial, wow, there were so many mistakes. They started putting it back again. They didn't have the right thing on. Yesterday, they didn't have the Massachusetts trial on. They said that day 1 was today. It was just so crazy. So anyway, they start talking about where she left off. And at February 21st, they have surveillance of them at the dime bar. And Monica was rubbing the bouncer's inner thigh area and holding on to the back of his neck. And there were texts coming in from the daughter. The daughter saying, "Where are you?" And Monica saying, "Are you my mother?" Okay? Now you've got to keep in mind, if we want to believe that Monica had nothing to do with this and didn't know who killed her husband, Fabio. And keep in mind that the security system was not hooked up after the killer took the DVR and pulled it out and it wasn't put back in. She leaves her 2 daughters home alone while she's flitting out on the night, out till 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. When, she wouldn't know who the killer was. What if the killer comes back? Why would she leave her daughters alone? No, it's because she knows who the killers are, right? She knows it. She's very secure. It doesn't matter leaving her daughters alone. And there's texts from her daughters almost every night being upset, not wanting to be home alone. So, okay, let's see. They say on 2/22, the next day, February 22nd of 2017, they follow Baker and Monica to 331 Salem, and that is the apartment where Robert Baker is staying with a friend. And while his vehicle is there, see, they did a lot of sting operations in this, and they did a lot of undercover stuff, and they put a GPS tracker on the Baker vehicle, which he didn't know about, right? So then on 2/23, what she was doing is she was going to her Instagram, and she would be posting almost daily a picture of her and Fabio. Like on 2/23, she posted something on grief about Fabio, and I miss my best friend. Excuse me. But, she spent an entire month after the murder with her lover or sending him naked pictures and videos of herself. Okay, so she texts her daughter later saying that she's going to go out, she's finishing dessert, and then they're going to go to karaoke. You go to bed, and she stays with Baker in that Glendale apartment until 4:22 a.m. And the next day she posts on Instagram about hashtag proud wife, I caught your scent today, you visited me today, all about Fabio. More texts from her daughter, are you going to stay out late again? Then another Instagram post, I will love you till we meet again. Then on February 26th to March 3rd, she goes to Toronto. Well, they were both from Toronto. Fabio's whole family's there, her family's there, and she was going to see his burial place, right? So on 2/27, she posts on Instagram, Fabio, we are coming to visit you. And then on March 1st, she spent some time with Fabio's mother, and she wrote about that in a post, spent some time with your mama, miss you. And she's playing the grieving widow, she's manipulating Fabio's mother. On 3/4, she posts about Fabio, his loving place where he likes to sit with his cigars. Well, that happens to be where he was murdered. On 3/4, she's back home and she goes out with Baker, gets a text from her daughter. Okay. On 3/7, March 7th, now here is when the LA Robbery Homicide Division takes over the case. But they're going to play a ruse on Monica and Baker, right? Well, not Baker, because they don't talk to Baker. Excuse me. They're playing a ruse with Monica. So they meet with her, but they don't tell her, what's going on. So they, of course not, right? So they're from the Robbery Homicide Division, and they tell her that they're from the Knock Knock Task Force. Remember the Knock Knock burglars? That's who there were these Knock Knock burglars, and they were in the area. And what they would do is they moved in real fast, but they didn't kill anybody. Okay, so this was different. So, but they're telling her, we're here, we've got to ask you some questions because we got to find these Knock Knock thieves, right? And she's thinking oh, good, they think it's the Knock Knocks. I'm okay. So under that guise, they're talking with her, right? They're trying to fool her that they are not being investigated, but they are in every way. On March 8th, she posts on Instagram pictures of Fabio and herself talking about their wonderful relationship, hashtag love of my life, right? On March 8th, there's multiple calls, and these were recorded with a detective who asked Monica, where is the paperwork on this DVR security system? Now remember that Monica is the one that upgraded the security system, which back in 2017, it was, not everyone had a security system that they could watch on their phone via an app. And she plays dumb, right? She plays dumb and says she doesn't know anything about it. She said that Fabio upgraded the system. That's a lie. She did it to distance herself. Okay, she orchestrated the timeline and of the murder with the system. Okay, so she knows all about it, but she tells them, I don't know anything about it because Fabio set that up. On 3/9, the surveillance unit is following Monica and Baker around. They see them kissing together. They're at a gas station. They see that Baker gives her a bag of clothes into what she holds up like a camisole or something. And then they go to the Good Night Bar in Burbank. And then at 9 o'clock, they go to the Laugh Factory, which is a comedy club. She gets there's texts from her daughter to her sister. And she's saying, I'm always home alone. I don't like it. Then there's text from the daughter to the mother. And she says, I'm going to go to therapy tomorrow. She's a 16-year-old. I don't like it. It's like you don't even care. So this is a demonstration of Baker's importance to the mother. But then, she's feeling the guilt. She puts the guilt trip on the daughter because she goes, fine, I'm hurt and disappointed. I'm coming home. And then the daughter's like, no, it's fine. And then the older daughter texted her and said, don't feel bad. Have fun. Okay, then there's a friend of Monica's called Deborah Obad. And she is the one that took the photo of Robert Baker at Fabio's wake with the bandage on his fingers. Well, on March 11th, she just happens to be riding by Monica's house, and she sees Robert Baker's Ford Expedition at the house, and she takes a photo of it, and she sends it to detectives. Then on March 14th, Monica goes on to Instagram again, another post, #ProudWifey, right? On March 16th, she calls detectives. She wants to know if there's DNA results from that blood that was found in the Porsche because she's anxious to collect life insurance and that the HR department at the hair care company needs to confirm from LAPD that she is cleared so she can collect the insurance money. On March 16th, she posts again on Instagram, empty without you. And she's trying to elicit, guilt and sadness in others to do her bidding. On March 17th, #best husband ever. On March 18th, she's out with Baker. Daughter texts again, where are you? 3:19, an Instagram post, I love you, Poots. 3:20. Now this time she calls a woman named Melanie Garibay. Melanie Garibay did the bookings, the event bookings, when they would go to conventions, when they would do things for the hair care company. Okay, so she knew the hotels, she knew how to get the best deals, she'd do it under the company, which was Wella, and she got the greatest deals. Well, Monica calls Melanie and tells her that she's going to Las Vegas for a girls' trip. And, she asked her for a favor. Hey, I don't have a lot of money. I'm waiting for the insurance. Going on a girls' trip. Do you think you can get me a deal on a room? So Melanie says, yeah, and she gets her a suite at the Vidara, and it was $99 a night. So then on 3/21, she takes to Instagram, and she posts #praying for justice. From 3:23 to 3:26, Robert Baker and Monica go to Las Vegas. Now she spends about, I believe it was $2,400, even though she supposedly has no money. And there's photos of them with friends. Now, these friends that they met are going to be very key. They're going to testify in the trial that's upcoming. Remember, this is just the opening statement. You can't believe this. You just can't. And you understand that the jury can use none of this for evidence. They are outlining what's going to happen here. And I have never seen it done like this in an opening statement, okay? But she's saying that if you don't understand the way this goes and that some of these witnesses may come out of order because of the trial is going to take weeks and people have things planned, so this will help you. Wow, I think by the end of this, when the defense was done, they were hearing Charlie Brown's teacher. It was overkill. Anyway, so there's photos of Monica and Robert Baker with friends, Michelle and Ron Ray. And they're going to testify, like I said. And you're going to hear that Michelle and Ron met, the two of them, for the first time in Vegas when they went in March that time. And they described Monica as the one in control, and she was in control of Baker. She acted like she had money. She picked up a $500 tab for dinner for 4 of them. She never once mentioned she was married or that she had children. She never mentioned the murder or that she was grieving. She talked about buying a house in Las Vegas for Baker because he had lived there before. She talked about them taking a trip to Italy. And when Ron Ray was adding Monica to contacts, it was Robert Baker that said that he should add her as Monica Baker using the last name Baker because she had a long Italian last name. And they're going to say that Monica would grab Robert Baker's crotch and talked about the size of his member there. Let's see. More Instagram posts, hashtag speak his name, hashtag forever in love. This is Fabio's favorite hat and sweater, hashtag my husband and rock star. And then they talk about there's going to be jail mail and recordings that we're going to hear that are going to tell us a lot. And then on March 30th, a text from the daughter says, coming home. Then an Instagram post with all 3 children with a hashtag Sementilli legacy. She's deceitful. She's a master manipulator. And then there's a text about buying a Mustang at a Ford dealership. And she had an account, let me see, February, March, April. I think they had a lease that was February, March, April. She wanted to buy out the lease. She went to this Ford dealership. She later told friends she put on an Academy Award-winning performance there. She said, now the F-150 truck, Fabio, she said she wanted to buy out the lease. She was sentimental value for it. It was her husband's truck. Then she told them her husband was murdered and she's desperate. She's waiting on insurance money. That was the second time she went to the dealership. The third time she went to the dealership. And these people that she dealt with over there are Gail Burlingame. She's going to come in and testify. And they said that she received her money, she said, on the third time. And she wanted to return the truck that she got, all right, and get a new car. She was there for 5 hours. She test drove cars, and she settled on a 2017 Mustang GT. She wanted a convertible, but they didn't have it. Then Robert Baker comes in to the dealership, and she introduces him as a friend. And she says, Rob's my friend, and I want him to like the car I get. And then they opt for every possible option on this Mustang, and it comes out to $62,271.30. She turns in the truck, the one that's so sentimental now, and she sells Fabio's Porsche, which I can't believe that they cleared that fast because since it had blood in it and everything. She bragged about the new Mustang to her friends and the Wella executives. She said she gave an Oscar-winning performance at the dealership. And then she started with, more Instagram daily posts that she's a grieving wife to create the public perception that she is a grieving wife, and she loved her husband and everything is fine. There are photos that they got with surveillance on April 8th outside of that Mustang with Monica smoking and posing and Robert Baker there. And then she posts about Fabio's son Luigi and an Instagram post about his 25th birthday. And then more Instagram posts about missing Fabio, hashtag missing love of my life, texts from her daughters, and she tells them she's in Melrose. She's looking for clothes. Then she's going for dinner and karaoke. She used karaoke to make it seem like things were normal. Meanwhile, she was hanging out or swinging with Robert. There was a receipt found in Baker's expedition that showed on this date he was with her in Melrose shopping, right? Okay. Now, text to daughters that she was at Sheila's, which is a lie, playing in a pool tournament, another lie. She ended up staying with Baker. On April 25th, they had a double date with Sheila and her, I don't know if it was her boyfriend or husband. They went to have oysters. Sheila and Ricardo. She posted about the oysters while they were waiting, and they were planning another Las Vegas trip, and that she planned for the future. Now let's see. Text with the daughter and the mother. 2 a.m. She was out with Baker. She's getting a text from her daughter. She's telling her she's on her way. She calls Melanie Garibay again. Hey, listen, I'm going to Las Vegas again. Now this time she's going with Sheila and Ricardo. So she wants either a 2-bedroom suite or she wants 2 separate rooms at the Vidar. Again, Melanie comes through for her, tells her that they're going to comp one night, and then the other nights are going to be $199 plus a resort fee for the suite, 2-bedroom suite. Oh, wonderful. So from May 3rd to May 5th, and it's Baker's birthday, they go with Sheila and her husband. There's a Britney Spears concert. They meet up with Ron and Michelle Ray, and they met up with another one of Baker's friends. She spends the flight, the suite, picking up dinner. They went to the Marrakesh restaurant for his birthday, and they had a cake and they had food, and she paid for everything. There's photos where she's grabbing Baker's crotch again. On May 18th, okay, the detectives, again with that knock-knock ruse, recorded an interview with Monica where she lies throughout the interview. They asked her specific questions about the route that she took the day of the murder, and she lies. She denied having any phone access to surveillance system. They asked her, she said all of her real jewelry was in the closet, not taken. She said only Fabio's friends came to the house. All her friends are in Toronto. Now, 5:26 to 5:30, they go on another trip, this time to Myrtle Beach. And she's down there, and she's also swinging when she's down there in Myrtle Beach. Okay, they went to this Paradise Party, Atlantic Beach Bike Week. There's photos that are on an SD card of Baker's. There's a text message from Monica's sister this time, and her sister's pissed now and begins to confront her, telling her, Monica, I know you're not alone. I know you're not alone in Myrtle Beach. And, but Monica just plays it off. June 6th, they get followed and caught together at LA Fitness. Okay. She skips around a little bit because now she says 6-7. There's web history searches about, are the police tracking my phone? How do you know when the police are tracking your phone? Do police have the right to tap your phone? What kind of phones can be tapped, etc.? Detective sends a ruse email now to her, telling her, hey, guess what? We're all clear. We've cleared you on this. And right now, my assistant is typing the letter you need for your life insurance. Secretary's typing it. And she's going to get it, to you within the next couple of weeks or whatever. So she takes a screenshot of that and sends that to Baker. After she emails him, she goes to New York because Fabio's niece was graduating medical school. And then she goes back to Toronto to accept the Lifetime Achievement Award for Fabio. And she ends up taking selfies on June 3rd. and sends them to Baker where she's wearing his army t-shirt. On the day of the arrest, that's when they started communicating on WhatsApp. And she told him, and the text that they couldn't erase because they didn't know, that she was on her computer cleaning up, and then she was going to take a shower, and he should text her when he gets up. He texts her back that he's up. They got arrested this day. This is June 14th of 2017. They were driving together in the Mustang, and they got stopped. And they recovered in the Mustang her purse, one phone, iPhone 7, and then another flip phone, which was the burner phone. They got a cell phone of Robert Baker's, but they knew that it was a Samsung, but they knew he had other Samsungs that were never recovered, that he carried 3 phones with him all the time. During the arrest, they planned a special operation on this arrest, okay? So they put them together in the back of a police car. They had recording devices in there. And, well, Baker and Monica started whispering to each other, and they made numerous admissions. Consciousness of guilt. Baker tells her that this car is probably loaded with cameras. They took him to the Van Nuys Police Department, and they put them in these cells, and they have recording devices. They also put in a undercover cell, not a cellmate, but holding cell, somebody else, right? But that was really a detective. And she says a lot of things like totally unsolicited to this undercover detective. She starts talking about Fabio. She starts saying that she never cheated on him, and she used to teach business and finance, and that she's known Baker 1.5 to 2 years. He's a good friend, not a boyfriend. She didn't want a husband and a boyfriend. She talks to Baker every couple of days. She said they're close friends. They're not lovers. She was not romantically involved with him. And she doesn't even know what an encrypted text app is. And she was not seeing Baker before Fabio was killed. And she told the cellmate the murder was not for financial gain. So then they posted something from Fabio and Monica where they were recorded. And it was really crazy. They said they whispered, like, burn her phone. Did you tell them? No. And then she said, if more evidence, we're effed. I was asked if I knew it was you. And then they were just whispering all this stuff. Don't take any deals. And then they said, don't listen to them. And Baker said, we have no defense without each other. You need me as much as I need you. And then Baker said, I'm going to have a new life with my baby. I'm taking it to the grave. Me too, she said. They're talking about the cameras at Target and Payless. They said that there was only a couple drops of my DNA, which they took it, and I explained it already. I got rid of the phone. And then I told him it wasn't good. I threw it away. Baker said, I got you. I will lie to the jury to get you out of this. You just got to marry me. And she said, what if they find the Viber? That's that encrypted app that they got rid of right before they got arrested. And Baker says, no, they got nothing. Monica says, as long as they don't find it. And they talked about the first time at the food restaurant. And she said her lawyers think that they were just in love, and he did this without her involvement. And then there was jail mail. So they have the same phrases in the jail mail. Ride or die. Stick to the protocol. The letters show the planning. The code OMM, on my mind. Mrs. Baker, she's signed. They use pen pals. These are third-party people that either connect phone calls or mail, and so when they go to search for calls, they're doing it on another inmate's number, so it doesn't come up for a search for them. They use these coded messages, sexually provocative drawings she's drawing to him. LOL, ML, love of my life. LO, what was that? Always on my mind. LOML, love of my life. For eternity, sexual drawings Monica was sending in there. They were leaving stuff in the courthouses. I effing love you. Then she got an ink tattoo on her back of her neck and showed it to her daughter that said ride or die. Hold on a minute. Betsy Blair. Mom, dad, wife, and sister in the gallery. Why did I write that? Abby's mother-in-law. Oh, that's another case. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Betsy Blair. That was the defense now. And she says... Hold on a minute. Betsy Blair. That's really weird because... Hold on a minute. I got my... Hold on 1 second. We're on another notebook. That's the Delphi trial. But that's funny because the other lady's name is Blair Burke. Isn't that funny? When I seen Betsy Blair, I'm like, what the heck? Okay, so she says, with all this, you've got to find them guilty. You got to find Monica guilty. And Chris Austin's going to come in, and Chris Austin's going to tell you all this stuff about them, right? And let me get to Blair Burke. Betsy Blair. What was that? Okay. Let me get to my other notebook here. All right. Hang on, it's the defense. You're not even going to believe what the defense says. It's so crazy. They say you're going to see the evidence and that Chris Austin is a liar. Okay, here we go. So her name is Blair Burke. She says, yeah, Monica had an affair. It turned out that he decided to kill her husband. And he deceived her. And all the while she thought he was an innocent man. And the evidence will show you that Monica and Fabio were together and their relationship is good. And they're showing like, oh, how good is their relationship? The relation. Look at this video. Look at this. You're going to... Okay, I don't want to hear how good their relationship is because she is doing everything that's showing you something was amiss. She keeps saying, wait until you see the evidence at trial before you decide. That is how we have this is how it works in the USA, not because the prosecution tells you this. There's no evidence over the last 1 to 2 days that Monica was planning or to have Fabio killed. She says, she says it's a character assassination. Her daughters are standing by her. They're going to tell you what they saw about their mom and dad. Not a whiff of evidence that anything happened like that. And she had no idea Baker was doing anything. And would she ever make her kid go back there and find her father? What kind of mother would do that? She said that... Oh, yeah, listen to this. This is his defense. he was going to that Robert Baker did this, and he was going to the house to drop off something for Monica, and he accidentally killed Fabio. It was an accident. That's their defense. She didn't do it. She didn't know he did it. And he went there and it was an accident. That's what they want us to believe. And then there was the first witness. It was Daryl Yashioshi or something like that you say his name. He was a fire inspector. And he was saying that he was one of the first ones on the scene. And the daughters were so upset that they stuck around for an extra 2 hours. He really didn't remember Monica at all. Nothing stood out about her to him. And, he said they stayed there in case the family needed support. But he really didn't have anything to say. And then that was it. After that, they said tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So it is a really good case. I hope you tune in and watch it because I think it's going to be really crazy. And it's already crazy. And I've watched a lot of stuff about it. So, yeah, maybe you want to check this one out and see what it's like. Hi, Julianne. How are you? How's it going? Okay, now I'm going to just look at a little bit of the Killer Son. Like I said, I tuned it on very quickly, but we'll see. Okay, let me go get the Killer Son. 1 second. Now, I did cover this case. This happened in September. 17-year-old Collin Griffith. He was charged with killing his father in Oklahoma, but then it was ruled self-defense. And then the mother got killed. Okay, or he says she fell on her knife. But let's talk about this, okay? So let's get this. Let me get this picture up there. Hang on. Okay, so we're going to go do just a little bit of a deep dive here, okay? This was back in September when this happened. This is a very, very quick trial, okay? So, in September, he was arrested in connection to a fatal stabbing of his mother. And that was more than a year after he was accused of killing his father in Oklahoma. But that charge was dropped. Now, his mother, Catherine Griffith, was allegedly killed following a stabbing in Auburndale, Florida, on Sunday, September 8th. Okay, and this is the release from the Polk County Sheriff's Office, arresting 17-year-old for murdering his mother. On Sunday, September 8th, 2024, at approximately 6 p.m., the Polk County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a call for service on Hewlett Drive in Auburndale. Collin Griffith, 17, called 911 for help, stating that he and his mother, Catherine Griffith, 39, had gotten into a fight, and he claimed that during this argument, his mother lunged at him with a knife and fell on it, resulting in a deep stab wound to her neck. Okay. Polk County Fire and Rescue responded with emergency medical services, and Polk County Sheriff Office deputies responded. When they arrived on scene, they pronounced Catherine deceased. Polk County Sheriff's Office deputies asked Collin Griffith what happened, and he became immediately uncooperative, and he asked to speak with a lawyer. As the investigation continued, detectives began to notice inconsistencies between what Collin had stated happened in his 911 call and what was discovered at the scene. Detectives talked with witnesses who told him that they saw Collin and his mother outside the residence either earlier, verbally arguing. Okay? They witnessed Collin grab his mother by the hair and drag her inside the house. According to these witnesses, his mother repeatedly pled with Collin to let me go. Although she was not present during the stabbing incident on Sunday, Collin's grandmother told detectives about multiple instances in which Collin was physically or verbally confrontational with his mother in the past. His grandmother also revealed that Collin had been arrested in the shooting death of his father in Oklahoma in February of 2023. Collin was arrested and charged in the 2023 incident, but the charges were later dropped. Collin was charged with domestic violence battery against his mother in November of 2023 by the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. The medical examiner's office autopsy revealed that Ms. Griffith died of a deep penetrating knife wound to the neck. They determined the stab wound to be inconsistent with an accidental injury. Grady Judd, you know who he is, right? The sheriff said, Collin Griffith is a violent predator. He has now killed both his father and his mother. We will hold him accountable in Polk County. We will do everything we can to keep him separated from civil society. Collin is being charged with first-degree murder, capital felony, kidnapping, and violation of a no-contact order. Okay, so that's the trial that's happening. Let's see now. About opening statements. Okay. Okay, so opening statements were today. Laura Ellis, a forensic investigator with the Polk County Sheriff's Office, testified during Wednesday's opening statements. She was shown numerous photos taken at the scene of Catherine's murder as evidence, including aerial shots. Back in September, deputies said the teenager called 911 for help, stating that he and his mother had gotten into a fight, and he claimed that during the argument his mother lunged at him with a knife and then fell on it, which resulted in that deep stab wound. Florida State Attorney Brian Haas explained his decision to charge Griffith as an adult, saying, I made the decision to charge this 17-year-old as an adult based upon the egregious facts and circumstances of this case. Charging a minor as an adult is not a decision that I take lightly, but as state attorney, it is my responsibility to do so when warranted. The 17-year-old is being charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping and a violation of a no-contact order. Okay, I want to get to... And remember the Ponzi scheme, she was found guilty. Okay? All right, so. Let's see what happened here. Collin Griffith asked to be excused from the courtroom during the 911 call. He said he has never heard the call and would like to be excused when it was played in court. The jury heard Collin Griffith's 911 call where he said his mother was hurt after falling on the knife, and a dispatcher talked him through CPR. Oh, that was also played today, the 911 call in the Monica Sementilli trial. They played that 911 call with her daughter, and her daughter was like really freaked out, obviously, right? The defense is saying that Collin Griffith's mother was unpredictable, and that she was unpredictable and erratic. That's what they said in the defense's opening statements. She was unpredictable and erratic. So that was day one. I mean, I have to catch up with that. That's what we have so far on that case. And I mean, I don't know if I'm going to catch up and watch all that again. It's like a lot to cover, a lot of different trials. Soundtrack. What'd you say about the soundtrack? Hi, Murder of Crows. Hi, Rad Story. How are you? How's it going? Dina Elizabeth. Hi, Sassy Darcy. How are you? Dina Elizabeth. Missed you and the Ramblers. Thank you for the super chat, Dina. We missed you too. Hi, Rodney. How are you? You always enjoy the channel, Rodney? Thank you for coming in. Put in... It's pink. Paint it black. Little lighty. Everybody. Margot, Kevin. Who else is here? Murder of Crows. Okay, yeah, I think we will do the word cookie. If you're not a member of the channel, it's great to become a member of the channel. There's a lot of perks. If you're not a Patreon, that's another way to support the channel. Super chats are appreciated. We have the legal fund. Lots of ways. We are having an upcoming trial, and so it's always appreciated. Thank you. Tonight we'll wind down with the word cookies, and check out the community post. There's something that's being auctioned for the legal fund. Oh my goodness, I can't. The legal fund, see? It's right there. Hey, Rad Story, thank you so much for the super chat, super sticker. That's great. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. I did find. Murder of Crows, you got unified with me. Who got defined? Kevin Leonard, define. No, you can't do define. Fiend, that's a good one. Fiend, yes. You fiend. You fiend. Fend, good one, Murder of Crows. And Dina Elizabeth says find. Very good. We did it. Hey, thank you, Paint It Black. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see if we can finish this one. Eager. And one more. Let's see, it's got to be agree. Agave, I thought that was, yeah. Let's see, let's do a new one. Oh, this is a hard one. It says it's hard, but who knows, right? Also, okay, solo. Solo, we can't hear you. Call. Uh-oh. Call. No. Calls. Okay. No. Okay. We do also? Yes. Oh, cool. Cools. Oh, local and locals. All right, and let's see, coals, Painted Black says. Coal and coals. Lasso, L-A-S-O. Nope. Loco. Okay, solos. Oh, solos. Yeah, solo, we can't hear you. Very good. Colossal. Kevin Leonard. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's see. Class. So you gotta get, everybody's gotta get some. Okay. It's a joke. Just got to get one more. That wasn't hard, right? That was easy for us. Last, I tried last, right? I thought I did. Okay. I thought I did. Word. Wow, no. Word, war, for. Okay, wad. Rad, thad. Drawer, rod. Row. Far. Raw. Or. Okay, Ford. Arrow. Road. Order of crows. Road. Uh-oh. Okay, and roar. Very good. And far. I got far, right? Forward. Yes, that's what it is. And let's see. So when you have a W word, it's going to be a W, A, W, O. No? What is it? What could this be? Oh, W-O-A-D? Ouch, very good. And now we just need one more. Dwarf, that's what I was thinking of, dwarf. I was thinking of that all day. No, just I was thinking of it here and I just couldn't, it wasn't coming to me. Ow. Ow, 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 I just pulled something. Ow, 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 I just pulled something. Under my rib. It's not good. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Ow. Crop. Okay. Port. Okay. What else you got? Pour. All right. Trot. I was trying to do tort, but trot will work too. Did I do port? Yes, I did. Oh, rope. Did I do cope? I did. Let's see. Pot. So windy out. It's so windy out. I'll do a tort. Oh, that other tort. Yeah, let me see. Okay, and torn. Oh, there's no N. Crept. Very good. Got that. Murder of crows. All right. horse. Oh. Come on, we need one more trope. We got, I tried trope, right? Mm. We need one more, guys. One more. One freaking more. Retop. No. Repot. Repot a plant. No. Report. No. Otter. Otter, Debbie D says. Otter, 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 otter. Very good. Very good. All right. I think we're going to go. Thank you so much for your super chats there. I really appreciate them. Wonderful, wonderful. What was I going to say? Appreciate you coming in to watch those trials tomorrow. Everybody, thank you so much. And have a good night. Love you. God bless. And we'll see you later. Take care.